Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 is here for the mobile, guys. Let's look at the trailer and do a reaction. I want to hear what you think about it, and I'll tell you what I think about it. So, it looks crisp. Very nice, very nice. It looks super crisp, man. I'm not gonna lie. For the mobile, brings back the memories. It's been a long time. All right, this Shinobi game series, the Shinobi fighting game series that has sold over 20 million units is coming to smartphones. Yeah, you know what's crazy is about half of those units are from Storm 4. That's the crazy thing. Interesting. So that's what it looks like. That's so interesting. I don't think it's gonna like um feel quite as good, or you never know, maybe they figured it out. This is the part that we need to know that isn't intuitive, right? This is the part that we're kind of curious about. It looks good, guys. There's no question whether it looks good or not. Is this overall a good thing? I do think it is. I think it is overall a good thing. I think it creates accessibility. I think a lot of people are complaining that it's about $10 or so, but that's not that bad. Look, I already have this for the PlayStation 4 and 5, in the trilogy series. And I personally don't need it, but I love that they're offering this because I think that a lot of people that never played this will get to play it and it'll be a treat for them. I think a lot of people that just like it will get to play it, that, maybe they're waiting for work or waiting somewhere and they don't have much to do. This is a very nice, feel good, positive Naruto Storm game. It is the most feel good, positive Storm game that has ever been created, aside from maybe Storm 2 or Storm 3, right? I mean, Generations and Rev is pretty good too. Obviously, Connections is like the one we don't talk about too much. Some people like it, but most people don't like that one. It's the least like Storm game, right? Maybe in the future things will change. That would be great if it did. But this is really interesting, right? Like you can see the punch here, shuriken. I'm guessing, Jitsu, maybe defend. I'm not sure, right? Is this jump? I think maybe that's jump. Let's see. It's interesting. It's really interesting that they're showing combos, right? This is really good that you can see. Now, this is the thing. How could they improve on this? It's not like criticism, right? Like, I don't care. But personally, the one thing I think that could improve this, if they're listening and if they want to improve it, is if you show this in a tutorial and get people used to it, right? Which maybe that's what this is. That this, if you press here, right, go right or left or whatever down, this is the place where you would do that on the screen, right? And like maybe before you play the game, it forces you to do this tutorial so you learn, right? And then you can skip it if you want, right? And then, or maybe just prove that you can do it in like a very quick little trial. And that way, that if you skip it by accident, you won't get upset. That probably would be the best way to do it. And then, maybe making these more transparent, but knowing that they're there would really clear up the HUD, right? Because the thing about these games, especially this game, is that it's all about the aesthetic and the immersion. And when you have this on the screen, it takes away from that. So if you could clear that up and not have that there, right? Like this is fine, but even that's off center, right? And it's not quite as clear. So I think there's things they can do here, especially with this and with these buttons here, right? That they could clear that up and make it so the whole picture looks better. That's, that would be something that could just improve it, This is so fun and it looks so good. Yeah, and maybe they have that, right? Because they're showing us this here. But is this just gameplay from, the PlayStation 3 version? Look, this is the thing that started it all for me for Storm games. I played Naruto games on the PlayStation 2 and I loved it, right? Naruto Ultimate Ninja series. But the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, like I bought a PlayStation 3 for this and I absolutely loved this game when it came out. But you know the interesting thing is once Storm 2 came out and all the other Storm games, I never went back to this game. Cuz for me there's no once I got that online experience, there was never a reason for me to relive this cuz I played the heck out of this game. You know, lots tons of hours. I don't know, definitely over 100 hours, but probably way more than that. I played the heck out of it and I loved it and it was really good. But once I got a taste for playing other people online in Storm 2, that was it for me. And then I played Gens and Storm 3 and Rev and Connections, right? So then, you know, once again, the only thing they need to fix really is the online connection. But at this point, I think that they don't want to fix it, right? Because they could just resell you the game on mobile or something like this or down the future where they do fix it and it gives them a cash flow, right? But I don't mind this. I love that tree game. I don't. Do you guys remember that tree game? This thing was fun. This thing was fun. It was really fun. I believe it was in the PS2 games though as well, but I don't remember. I remember that too. Like this game felt really good just going around the village. Now, this is the interesting thing. Like, now in terms of familiar faces, no, child would appear. So this is the interesting thing, right? Like, Kabuto's ultimate jutsu is phenomenal in this game, and it's the only one you can play it in, right? My guy has a phenomenal one. Itachi has a unique Tsukiyomi Infinite, and the effects of it are phenomenal. It was the only one of its kind until Kurenai came around in Connections. A lot of people didn't make that connection in Connections that basically Kurenai has a unique action in her awakening that is similar to Itachi's Genjutsu. But this was just so much better and interesting. Once you go into it, oh man, it's so cool. It slows down time for a long time against your opponent. But this was a beautiful, wonderful ultimate jitsu. It may have been in Generations though too. I don't remember, but I think it was. And like that's the problem is there's still some recycling going on. Like this is like very similar, if not right, you know, like some of the other stuff Kakashi does. But anyways, it looks a little different. Yeah, there it is. And this was good too with Orochimaru. So, you know, and this was probably a better Snotty Ultimate. Now, the Might Guy Ultimate where he does push-ups is legendary, right? So, there, you know, there's that. Reliving boss battles would be fun. I see this as like a very cool... If you've never played the game, it's a perfect probably way to play it. I don't know how it will feel, though. Like, will the controls be as good? Like, should you just buy this on the PlayStation or Xbox or PC? Probably. But if you don't have that, if you don't have the money for, like, you know, a $300 or $500 console or whatever, you know, this is a good thing for a lot of people. A lot of people will be able to play this for the first time. I really don't have too much bad things to say about this at all. I think it's a good thing. I remember doing this battle over and over again. Over and over again. Yeah, and I'd play either character. There's also, I think, a way to, like, just start the fight with these characters instead of their base forms. Like, very interesting. It's good. It's good, right? You know, and you can kind of see here. Let's see here a little bit. Yeah, this is like iconic, right? The Bells training session. It looks perfect, you know. It looks exactly like it would, or it did on the PlayStation 3, but maybe a little bit better. I don't know. It's pretty phenomenal. And like I said, cool, it tells you all that stuff, yeah. Oh yeah, so tap that to jump, tap that to guard. I was right on that. Cool. Makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, tap this to jump. Quickly double tap that. Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Do double tap that for a ninja dash. Hold guard when the opponent attacks hit that substitution. Oh, so you can substitute. If you hold it, you're guarding. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, honestly, the fact that this so easily went to a mobile makes you think, right, about the competitiveness of the games on console compared to traditional fighters. But, I mean, there's that, but I think it just shows that this, you know, support tap when the gauge is full to initiate a support attack. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you just hit the supports. Pretty straightforward, right? Tap this, attack, tap repeatedly, yes. Hold this mid-range attack. Wait, a tilt? If you just hold it, you tilt? That's that's crazy. When close to opponent, hold this. Oh, you hold that to throw. All right. I mean, it makes sense. When opponent gets further away and changes. Oh, okay. Changes to shuriken and then tap it. Flick on left side screen for a chakra dash. When the opponent is far away, hold this chakra shuriken. Oh, so you can only kind of do chakra shuriken when the opponent's far away. That's kind of a limiter, a slight limiter. Tap that for ninjutsu. Tap that for ultimate jutsu. Hold this for ultimate impact. Oh, okay, so if you just press it, you do your ultimate jutsu, but if you hold it, ultimate impact. Hold this on the left for chakra charge. Okay, so if you just hold that down, you get chakra charge. When the health gauge is low health, on the left side of the screen, awakening. Interesting. I mean, it's very straightforward. In casual control mode, you can use various assists to help you with combos, guarding, and other battle controls. Assists are turned off by default. You can customize these in controls settings in the settings. Maybe you can actually just make the HUD look a little cleaner. Whatever. Automatic puts your guard up when you remain still. Auto guard. Okay, I kind of need to see this. Auto combo. Tap that near an opponent to attack. If the attack lands, you will automatically perform a combo. Auto chakra dash. Tap this when an opponent is at a distance. So that is interesting. You actually type the fighting button at a distance. So I wonder, when does that distance kick in? Because, so, you'll never be able to competitively play this game like you would on a console, because there's certain options that are taken away from you, right? But that's not the point of this game. The point of this game is it's a personal experience, right? I don't think it's not going to be online that you fight other people. It's just for yourself. So, I mean, that's fine. But if there was an online mode here, it would take away from that, because there's certain things like that's a baiting option and mix up off of the table, right? Doesn't seem like a big deal, but look how simple the game is. Everything is a big deal, right? Like every little thing that you can and can't do is a big deal. Auto guard automatically puts your guard up when you remain still. Interesting. Automatically charges chakra when your chakra gauge is below. Interesting. I mean, quality of life changes for the most part that seem really good. That's all the basic battle tutorial. For further information, check tutorial. Interesting. So there's probably a lot more stuff. Maybe you can clear the HUD up. There it is. That's the impact. It knocks out all your chakra. It looks phenomenal. Like, it looks great. I mean, I think it's a good idea. $10 is not a lot, it's fine. As long as you get to own it and keep it. That's the problem with Blazing, right? Is people spend so much money on it and you can never play it ever again. There's no way to play it. Interesting. It kind of just locks on. Okay. Yeah, see the auto combo? It's just showing you how it would play. It looks cool. I think this is going to bring a lot of joy to a lot of people, and that's the important part. For an amount of money that is not, a lot of money, if you're a gamer, right? If you have access to a phone, which most people in the world have access to a phone, right? This could be something in different countries, China, India, anywhere in the world, any where people, even Africa, where people have a smartphone, they want to play the game, but they don't want to spend $50, or they can't spend $50 or $60 on one of the other games. So like, this is overall a big positive, net positive thing. I think it's very cool that they did this, and I think that if this is successful, they will probably do this for every other game, right? If this is successful, they will probably do this for all the other Storm games. So stay tuned for that. And if they do that, I don't know how it's gonna be. Like, are you only playing? Like, that'll be fine. But if they choose to do that for the other Storm games, and then you fight people online, are you only fighting like people on the phone and on smartphones and mobiles, or are we gonna be fighting in connections in Storm 4, in Storm 3, and Storm 2? Are we gonna be fighting people on the mobile? Because that would be crazy. I personally wouldn't like that because I don't think that they'd be as competitive. But for the people that are doing it, if that's what they want to do, I support their them doing that, because I think that's a lot of people are going to enjoy these. It'll make things even more simplistic, and it'll help a lot of people out. Like, because some of those newer Storm games are very difficult to play. Actually, all of them are kind of difficult to play. So until they're not, right? You have to put a lot of time into understanding how they work, and then they're fine. And this might actually help people even. Especially like this game. Look, for sure, adults and teenagers will love this game, but think about this from like a kid's perspective, right? Like someone who's really young, this game would be great for them, right? Like, this is like a great game for the most part for like a young kid or a child. So yeah, man, like, I think this is fantastic. I won't be buying it. I don't need it because like I already have it. But you never know, There may be a time where I would like to buy it at some point. Potentially, there may be a time. Because look how peaceful this is. You hear that music? Yep. Look at that. It's very anti-stress, right? A lot of the newer Storm games will make you stressed and like raise your raise your stress levels, and even like contribute to weight gain and stuff like that, and just bad negative attitudes when you don't even realize that it's doing that to you. But this game, it's the opposite. It's very, very nice, calm, relieving. I can see a lot of people buying it. Yeah, bringing back the memories, man. Bringing back the memories. Yeah, now they just got to port the PlayStation 2 games, not the Storm, but the Ultimate Ninja series, and just fix the netcode, for all the Storm games, and bring back Blazing in some capacity, especially for the people that spend money on it. To not be able to have access to your game, that's the worst thing ever. Like, I wish I could play Overwatch 1. I can't play it. I might never be able to play it again, and I can't play Blazing. So, look. Oh, man, I remember this. Good times, guys. Good times. They did a good thing here, and I think that it's going to help their company make some money as well. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below.